we ready to start? Are we ready?
Are we?
I don't think I'm ready for this jelly.
What is jelly?
No, I don't think I'm ready. Hello, how are you?
Anyway,
I already asked you how you're doing today.
Yes, I was gonna ask you how are you doing today
Jeez, I can just say the same thing. Oh, it's good. I went to the gym.
or we just do the whole
We
podcast
already
all
did
over.
this. I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get into a very specific type of garment. I want to buy pants. Fishnets or pants, I guess, specifically. I want to buy jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy a pair of Levi's. I want it to be a pair of Levi's 501. And I think it's because I saw someone mentioned it in a YouTube video. And I was like,
Wait.
I need that.
Wait, so, okay, what is the actual reason for Levi's specifically?
I literally just told you.
Literally somebody said Levi's and you're like, yes.
More or less. Also because it's
Comfortable?
the jeans brand.
Yes.
Let's be honest, for pants, for jeans, it's the jeans
The
brand.
most reliable and
So I feel like it'll be
yeah.
good. The leg length also is good with Levi's because they have up to like
Mm-hmm.
36. That's how I'm doing. I've been wanting to buy a secondhand pair of those.
Oh, secondhand. But
Yeah.
it's nearly impossible, you know that.
No, there's the internet.
No, like specifically for your size.
There's the internet. It's there. I found a few.
Why didn't you buy them?
Because I'm not sure about my size.
That's what I meant.
So that's what I've been doing.
So you're gonna go to the store.
I've been
measure
collecting
paraphernalia.
I've been collecting, shut the fuck up, secondhand pants that I can buy for like 5-6 days. This is my
Okay.
hyperfocus now. This is what I do.
Okay.
And then I don't buy them.
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna go to the store, figure out your size.
Yeah, but then I feel like an asshole going to the store and trying them on and not buying them. You
it's
know
a
what
corporation.
I mean? Exactly.
They'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah, you're right. And also, it is a lot better to buy secondhand. Let's be honest.
Definitely.
For every use case, it's better.
Not always.
No. I mean, for the environment, for your wallet.
If it has been used enough and it looks like it's good and you buy it and it breaks faster than it would have broken if you bought it new, then it's a waste of money and resources.
Waste of money, maybe. Resources, discuss.
Disgusting.
No, disgusting.
I feel like
disgusting.
it's just a waste of time because you put in a lot of time of researching it.
That part.
Yeah.
That part is true.
And
That part is inevitable because it's me. Every purchase I make.
not always.
Listen to me.
Just generally.
Every purchase I make, I spend 5 months researching it. Well, maybe a week. Well, maybe 3 days. I spend a while looking into it.
relatable.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Yeah. It's really difficult for me to. And when it's an expensive thing, fine. It's a phone, it's a fucking piece of furniture, whatever. This is what people buy, right? Phones and furniture.
And fucking.
And fucking. But if it's. What? But if it's secondhand pants, it shouldn't take me a week to research it. What is wrong with me?
Yes. I was going to say relatable, and I relate to a certain degree, but that is
It's
a
too
long
much,
time.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
Research a couple of things, but
I'm really bad at spontaneous purchases. I just am.
it depends. Like there is a psychology thing that the more expensive the purchase, the less you researched it, the happier you will be with that purchase. Because if
If it's expensive and you don't research it a lot, you'll be happier.
you research less. So, for example, if you want to buy a new camera and you look at a couple of reviews and roughly what you want, and you're like, okay, this is what I want, and you didn't go into the depth and you buy it, you will be more happy than if you would have gone side-by-side comparisons and then you buy one and then you're like, damn it, it has a flaw in this department, and you start hyper-focusing on it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. I am one.
Let me blow your mind.
Let me blow your mind right now. The Earth. No. I'm 100% sure that the less research you do, regardless of price, it's going to make you happier. Because you just bought it and you don't have time
To think about it?
overanalyze it and take it apart in your head and focus on all the possible flaws and mistakes. And you're just like, what if I just bought secondhand Levi's?
And they stank of crotch.
What if they stank of crotch? What if that's what I want?
There's a new market for our
I go to
sponsor today is Levi's.
What if I go to the store and I'm like,
stanky crotch?
No. Also, do you know about, as I was looking into this is something a long time ago when I was a child.
Sorry,
like 19, 20 years old.
Sorry, my brain just keeps going. about the amount of happiness you get out of purchases. There is a psychological research paper about it.
Ooh. Did you read it?
Yeah, back in the day, but
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly. Apparently, it was the other way around. So if you did more research for the smaller purchase, you were more happier. And
really?
So, yeah, but I have to...
So like in true podcast fashion, I just stated something very authoritatively.
Yeah.
Like obviously, and obviously, it wasn't true.
Yeah. That's how... I mean, don't quote me on that. Look... That's also a lesson for anybody who's listening or watching. Believe in a certain way or let yourself be curious about it and then do your own research. But like, do your own research in a scientific way, please. Do not be like, I researched on YouTube and the Earth is flat.
Someone told me the vaccine gives you 5G. Do your own research, sheeple.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so fucking hilarious to me. What do you mean research? No, it's just a mom on Facebook who shared a meme.
Especially, it's not
research.
No,
it's not research, exactly.
Most of the time, they're like, I saw an article and I did the research that you read an article on Fox News or some shit like that.
I love Googling something and finding a research paper on that shit. And then I'm like, oh, this is the good shit. And then I'm like, premise, how did it go? What was the group? What was the amount of people they tested? Tell me. And then the conclusion is always vague, and I love it. I'm like, yes, give me nothing.
You just moaning behind your computer.
It's like, yeah, this is the good shit.
This is what you're doing. Okay.
That's also what I've been doing.
Researching.
Okay, I wanted to talk about some. So I also bought Levi's in the past.
Oh, you already own a pair, or
I don't have them anymore. That's something I also.
Were they like the denim regular?
I was,
Levi's?
I'm going to say 18 years old, maybe 19.
Not yet.
Maybe 16. Developed. I don't remember. I was in the US traveling, and I went to a shop. They had these, first of all, prices of the Levi's jeans in the US.
Good.
We're getting ripped off.
We're getting ripped off.
Oh, yeah.
What's
cheap, like half price by default.
I have no point of reference.
If they are 100 euros here, it'll be $50.
No, but how expensive are they now here?
I just told you.
Are they actually
like 110 euros? Yeah.
I thought you were just like
no,
giving
and you have more expensive examples as well.
100 for a pair of jeans.
Levi's specifically.
Yeah, I know.
It's a brand that for some reason is really expensive here.
That's bonkers. Like
second hand, I'm telling you. Anyway,
okay.
So I went there. They were really cheap, and they had these raw denim pants. They call them
raw,
which is
unfiltered
501s shrink to fit.
Raw dog pants.
Raw dog pants. 501 shrink to fit, which is
what
shrink to fit.
You put them in a washer and they are like fitting?
More or less. So they're unwashed jeans.
Okay.
And the idea is that you get them really wet, you wash them, you put them in hot boiling water, whatever, for a while. Then you wear them, so they shrink because of the because they're the moisture, the first wash. And then because you're wearing them, it doesn't shrink on your hips as much, or the leg length won't shrink as much.
Okay.
But everywhere else, like around your legs, around your knees, it'll get like a perfect, like almost tailored fit, basically.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And it's really cool. And so I bought one.
And
then I did that. And they were great. And then for some reason, I don't know what happened, because I thought I still had them. I got rid of them, apparently, because I don't have them anymore.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
You've looked everywhere.
I don't have that many clothes. There's not that many. I don't have that many places to look for it. It's just like
walk-in wardrobes.
Is it amongst the 6 pants that I have in total? It's not. Yep, I got rid of them.
Maybe you gifted them to somebody.
If I got rid of them, I didn't throw them away.
I always like a gift that you forget that you did.
Yeah, but so this is kind of where I'm like, first of all, why the fuck did I do that? But also, why I like Levi's and the concept of Levi's is because of that raw denim shit.
Especially
it's so weird. It's like this. I know it's niche-ish, but I like it.
So not relatable at all.
I like these niche
all
things.
Your Levi heads today. Do you also like being raw-dogged by your pants? Is it like
why would you?
That's the only way I could.
Why would you? Why? Anyway.
That's what my brain took away from the whole conversation. Getting raw-dogged by Levi pants.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's the title of this podcast.
And another thing that I'm thinking of right now in terms of Levi's is that that you have the Levi's pants. They have that little like red label that says Levi's on the side of the pockets or something. They have that.
I vaguely remember something.
I also picked up like 8, 9, maybe 10 years ago, a Levi's jeans jacket.
Okay. Is it the one that you wore with
there's
stitches on it?
It's not that one. I have another one.
Okay.
And that one is a real ass vintage pair of jeans from like before 74-ish.
And it is
and
good?
It's very valuable because of that.
Okay.
Because the jeans was different. The fabric was like different.
Back in my day.
And it has a label that has the word Levi's with like a big capital E on it. They're called Big E Levi's.
It's so it is like a collector edition.
And it is highly sought after. And I have it for some reason. It doesn't fit me as well anymore. No, never.
Anybody who's looking for a Levi's jacket, collector's edition.
How much would you pay for it?
Maybe how much would you pay for it? Also, we're not selling. I mean, you're not selling.
I'm not selling. No, I like it though because it's kind of a small jacket. So it kind of like goes up to here.
But you can still wear it, right?
Probably. Mm-hmm. Probably. I'm huge now. I am massive now. I used to be a skeleton.
Those gains are getting.
I used to be a skeleton. Now this to me is huge, but in a good way. I'm glad
we're getting buff.
I'm happy about that. I wasn't very happy being a skeleton. Right?
Same.
It's not a mood.
It's not a mood at all.
So yeah, I don't know if it really fits me, but I'm never gonna get rid of it. For some reason, I'm just like obsessed with it now. I'm like, wow, I have this like. It's rare thing that's functional.
Welcome to the collector.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't want it to get too. I don't want to do a deep dive in that because then it's terrifying. But that's why for me, Levi's some part of my brain is like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Sparkle.
Yeah. It's like a fancy special name. I don't know why. But that's why I've been looking for jeans because I also don't really, the other day we were at work. Mm-hmm. Because we work in the same location.
Spoilers.
I was wearing
two dudes that are chilling at work.
Not 5 feet apart because we are and I was wearing some Uniqlo jeans that I almost never wear.
Okay,
right?
When did you buy them? Because Uniqlo is like
years ago.
Very recently opened stores in Belgium. I feel like because where we live, no.
No, not where we live, but in Antwerp they have one and in Brussels as well.
You're doxing us.
We talked about waffles up our assholes the other day.
Belgium, yes. But not the city we live in, obviously.
I didn't say we lived in Antwerp or Brussels. I said they have it there.
Okay, so anybody who wants to visit us, this is our address.
What is your problem? No, anyway, so I think, when they had their stores, probably pick them up.
Good.
Pretty early. Yeah. They're good, but
like
I want to get like
pants?
Jeans.
Okay.
I have no. Not this.
I was looking at his pants.
I bet you were.
It is very defined, thick pants.
Form-fitting.
Form-fitting.
I love that. Form-fitting.
Girthy pants.
Shapely pants.
Shapely?
What you say about pants?
Why is your... never mind. Okay.
Stop
this is one. Material for the next podcast.
So that's why I was thinking about Levi's. Because those also, they're a little bit too short because I have long legs. Mm-hmm. They're a little bit more tight because it was, let's say, like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Now it's a lot more like relaxed trousers.
Yeah.
Not that that's the reason why you should buy it, but it's like, I don't have jeans that are relaxed.
Skinny jeans are good.
I don't have those.
No, they're not good. Skinny jeans are gone. Yeah, but I completely can relate on like finding a good pair of pants.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Difficult. I'm not a very tall boy, but I'm like slightly above average, I think. And for me,
what are we talking about?
Pants.
Oh, I thought. No, wait. Above average.
You want to talk?
Slightly above average. Slightly above average.
That also applies. No, I'm a
Patreon content? Question mark?
Girthiest.
No. Stop it. Stop it
legs.
Stop it.
I was talking about my upper leg.
Yes.
No, legit. I used to rollerblade a lot back in the day, and lengthwise, I can find a good pair of pants, but the thickwise, yes, the upper part of my leg is just so difficult to pinpoint.
Yeah.
Like, because if I get...
Because bodies are so fucking different. Have you noticed this?
It's fucked.
You know what I hate so much is when you go to a store and they sell pants and it only has a waist size and not a leg length. And I'm like, guess what?
I never pay attention to that. I usually just try pants on and I'm like, this is too small.
Guess where those pants end? My knees. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
And are your cankles?
It makes me so mad.
But yeah, maybe
these are also the same.
Levi's as well.
Short.
Short.
Yeah.
But like, if I find a good pant fits, I'm like, I'll take your entire stock.
Yeah.
Literally, I buy like 3 pairs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Currently, I'm on one black jeans from Mango. And they're reasonably expensive, but I bought them at a discount.
What is reasonably expensive?
60 euros.
For pants?
Yes, it is.
It's not bad.
Literally the most expensive pants that I've bought. I usually go around 30 if I can get 40s maximum.
Damn.
So I bought them first time 40 at a discount because they were like 20 or 30 or whatever percent. And they were fitting, they were good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy more. But then the sale ended and they went to 60. I'm like, okay. Depression. And then I bought 2 more just because they're good.
Crying at the cash registry.
I hated
Sobbing.
it. I hated it.
Just like,
I could have had 3 pants for the same price.
Please, Mango Mommy, can I have a discount? That's what you said.
Please,
I know you.
Discount me.
Discount me.
Discount me. Just sweating, shaking.
So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Is I want to get some good. I want to get good jeans. Just like the one though. You know what I mean? I just want one.
Are you going to Rawdogged yourself again?
I don't know.
Is it the type of jean?
Yes.
It's not all Levi's, right?
So no, I think it's specifically the 501. So the original, the like old school jeans, the very standard jeans. I think it's only that one that they do shrink to fit as well. And it's not all 501s. It is, you have to specifically look for the 501 shrink to fit.
It says like 501 shrink to fit.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah. It says 501XX on the label on the back.
Okay.
And it's also just marketed as shrink to fit.
Okay.
And it's a real thing. Isn't that cool?
It is good.
Isn't that so cool? This is what I'm talking about. Like, so I can get into this shit for some reason. I don't know why. But my brain is like, oh, look, like there's a whole different world of jeans that's opening up to me.
It's funny
so
because...
I opened that door and I'm like, that's awesome, but I'm afraid to like fully immerse myself. Why? You know what I mean? Because then before you know it, I have a shelf full of jeans. I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, you mean like
I'm not gonna spend. You mean
like obsessive?
Yeah, before you know it, I'm gonna be spending like 700 euros on a pair of pants. I'm not doing that.
I feel
jeans specifically.
I feel like there's a collector hiding in you, and you are just
fighting it at tooth and nail. I'm fighting it.
You're like opening the door like slightly, and you're like, "There's a world," but you're like, "No, I mustn't."
It's the financial aspect and the room as well.
Yeah,
it takes up space in your house, which I'm not happy about that, and it takes up money in your life.
Money in your life.
It removes money from your life.
It depends what you buy and how you buy it.
That jeans jacket, I could probably sell that with a profit.
That's what I mean. Like,
but I don't want to because I like having it. You know what I mean?
That's the collector part of you.
I also I don't like that thing of like I'm going to buy something and then sell it so when it has more value.
You never do that as a collector.
Exactly, because then it's just like you're doing a capitalism.
If it's necessary, yes. Like for example,
if you're out of money,
I don't put myself in a position where I am like opening the door slightly. I just kick the door in.
You just kick open the door and jump inside. Yep. You don't even look.
No,
you're just like
I see something and I'm like slightly interesting. Yes, but I found a way.
You scare me. Unrelated.
Live a little.
Unrelated. No, not the freeing. Is it freeing?
Yes. Pee in the shower. Do it.
No.
We're back in it.
No. Carry on. Carry on.
I found a way that is satisfactory to me, like in a way that you say, oh, I have a Levi's jacket that is of value, and I like it, I cherish it.
I just like that it's old.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Retro cool. Kind of thing. Yeah. But also I had the same phase of collecting games. It is still present currently.
Yeah. But I remember you having some boxes.
I still have them.
Collector's editions and stuff.
It is for me like, ooh, this is something not limited edition per se, but it is old and in its current state, it has value. And for me, it's like, ooh, this is fun. I own it. And somewhere in the future, if I think about selling it, it could regain me the money that I spent on it. Yeah. But way more.
Yep.
And if you like find it on the yard sale or something like that.
What was it, a year ago or something? We were both looking into like, oh, maybe we should like look for a ring or a necklace or something that we like. Yeah. And then I also once again did a deep dive and ended up going to like an actual jeweler, a local one.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that.
Who makes like these really beautiful, simple golden rings. Mm-hmm. But it's like
It was
gold.
It was expensive,
so
right?
It costs,
yep.
which I do not have. But when I was going through that process of maybe in the future, what helps me, I'm not going to do that. But what would help me is it's gold, so you can sell it.
It has value.
And it's you're going to get your money.
Yeah.
It's never a waste of money. Technically,
it is not
technically. Because it's a material that you can reuse or sell.
It's not a
easily.
Digital thing that you buy and that's for your...
It's not an NFT.
Yeah. NFT of a ring.
It's not a fucking digital JPEG that you spend $500,000 on for some reason.
Invest into it.
Oh yeah, you should invest into that, into crypto.
Crypto? Crypto...
Let's not open that up.
To go back to the deep diving thing, I also have that hyperfocus on things, and usually I get a lot of it because I learn things. Like, for example, this podcasting.
Yeah.
Like, also, we looked up a lot of things, and because of streaming, I know...
I'm teaching you about
a lot of
shrink to fit Levi's jeans.
Exactly.
Knowledge! You're going to be able to use that at some point, maybe.
No.
I
will. I might buy a pair of Levi's because I was not looking into Levi's, but I wanted to have a jean, and I've heard a lot of people say Levi's is just a classic, but and it's also, consistent.
Yes, and I will also say when I look up the trousers and I look at people wearing it, I like it. You know what I mean? Okay. It looks good, but it's a good
look. Watch it, enjoy it.
But they have many. They
have
many different. What?
Get rawdogged by jeans. If you take away anything from this podcast,
no, don't take away anything.
Getting rawdogged by Levi's jeans.
They have many other models, if that's what you're asking.
Color-wise, right?
Color-wise, shape-wise.
Okay, yeah. But
I'm just focusing on the 501s because also it's easier for me because then I don't have to choose.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but is the shrink to fit also?
I think it's just a 501. I think.
Yeah, because it makes sense if the other ones are wet and you're wearing them, your legs will be colored.
Yeah. No. But they probably have them dark as well. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know enough.
Okay.
This is also me in general. It's I'll know things, but not enough.
I have vague knowledge of a lot of things.
I love his.
Wait, was it the quote? I don't remember the quote, but it's just I have approximate knowledge of many things.
I love history so much. Don't ask me names, dates, or places.
Yeah.
But I'm some cool shit happened somewhere at some point that I could tell you about. Don't ask for any details.
I have the same with street names. Huh? I can guide you through a city if you tell me I want to go.
Based on shops, right?
No. Just visual representation. If you want to go a certain point or somewhere, I can guide you there if you show me a picture. But if you tell me a name, I would have troubles. Yesterday, I was walking.
Wow.
I don't know if we're gonna out our partners' names. Are we gonna do that on podcast? Okay, I was walking with my partner. I'm gonna put it that way. And there was an elderly couple asked the directions. They're like, "Do you know where this street is?" And I just pointed the complete other direction. My first response was "Yeah, it's there." And then I was like, "No, it is not." And then I just asked my partner to do the explanation because I was pretty sure it was there, but nope.
So what you're saying is you're an agent of chaos.
Chaotic, neutral, sometimes evil, sometimes good.
I think I'm pretty good with street names and directions-ish. Unless they're asking me, if they're driving. It's how do I get there? I'm I have no idea. You're in a car.
I am a pedestrian.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not used to that.
I mean, this time of year, no, and this time, nobody does that anymore.
Specifically,
this time of year, yes.
February.
I mean, I've been asked in February, so what the hell?
I've also been asked things in February.
Ow.
Wait, what's happening?
I scratched my nose. But if you don't have a phone, yes, ask directions. But when and where does this ever take place? Usually, if you want to go somewhere, you just use your phone. If you want to Google something, just Google it. Nobody is interacting with people as frequently as they used to.
Okay.
On the streets. I
was accosted.
A what?
Assaulted.
Accosted?
Attacked.
Yes.
Asked a question. One of those four things.
Just socially
someone
hello?
Someone asked me something. I was assaulted by two French-speaking persons.
Yes. On the street.
Asking me if they need to pay for their parking and where because of a festival that was happening in our city.
Oh yeah, but
never felt angrier. No, I'm kidding. It was fine. So people still ask things, but it's like
you just started yelling.
It is rare though. No, but also my information, like me helping them, is like, oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? I've lived here for how long? And I'm like, I don't know.
But those are
because you're in a car.
in a car, and it is a very special occasion. But like just general questions about like, where is that street?
Yeah, general-ish.
Very
doesn't happen a lot.
Few times. Especially older people.
Yeah.
Because they're not super accustomed sometimes with smartphones. The people that asked us, they looked like 70 plus something.
Yeah.
So then I understand.
Yeah, like, older generation, quote unquote. Remember how I was telling you about me looking for secondhand pants? I was on a website. You know the internet?
Pornhub?
No, not that one. They don't have Levi's jeans. They might.
Only jeans.
I don't want to Google it.
Where you get rawdogged by Levi's.
Did I just say I don't want to Google it on Pornhub?
Yeah. You're getting old, man.
I'm going to Google it.
Google. Hey, Google.
Anyway, so on that website with the secondhand clothing, they also have like secondhand games and stuff. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm going to look at like secondhand PlayStation games, secondhand Switch games. Yes, Vinted.
Vinted, yeah.
Today's not our sponsor.
No. Vinted. I always pre-sponsor things.
Fair enough, because some things are good. I don't know if Vinted is good, but...
Debatable.
Anyway, they have games.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to look at the games. And then I looked at all the games and I said, I don't think I like gaming anymore. I was like, I don't want any of this.
But actual games to play or to collect?
Play.
Ah, okay. So
not to collect.
Yeah, I collect games. So if I see something on like a secondhand site or a yard sale, I'm like, ooh, interesting. Like, for example, you're giving away or throwing away your Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
Anyway, just for me, it's like, oh, do I want to have this game to play it? Because I'm very much like, I play the game, I get rid of the game.
Oh.
Yeah. There's only a few
I collect them
that I still have, especially the older ones, out of nostalgic reasons.
FIFA 22.
Not that one.
The one to collect.
The one that's still in its packaging because it came free with my console.
You should have sold it when you got it. Free. You could have gotten good money for it then.
Not now.
No, not now. Yeah. 2024.
I think they're gonna pay me to keep it.
Oh yeah.
If I go to a shop and be like, "Do you want this?"
They're like,
"We're gonna pay you to take it out of our shop."
Please, sir. That's how you make money.
Correct. That's how they make money. Most of them I don't really have that much of an to like modern to like contemporary video games. I'm like, it doesn't matter because I think it's because I've also been getting a lot of digital games, and it's just like if I'm gonna keep all these games,
then you'll become me.
Then I'll become you.
Do it.
No.
It's good.
No.
For me, it has the...
No, it's bad.
For me, a game is the same for you as a Levi.
You're like you'll become like me, and I'm like, no. No. Like, no, absolutely not.
Help.
For me,
like an old game is for you, like the Levi. Like, not all games. I am less focused like on PlayStation 4. No, I don't collect it because, as you said, it is like more modern. And it's been overprinted anyway. So,
but like older ones,
yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Like I have PlayStation 1 through 4. I have a couple of games of 5 and like old Nintendo games, like NES, Game Boy, and stuff like that.
That's cute. That's cute having NES
just
games.
Fun because there's a very limited print of it.
I have some Game Boy games. Game Boy games. That I'm also really happy that I still have.
Hell
them.
Yeah, keep them.
There's some that have disappeared, where I'm like, where are they? That I remember playing, But I do also enjoy having those. Maybe it's just like really old stuff that I like, and recent stuff. I'm like, this is garbage.
Are you a vintage collector?
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Jeans and not buying jeans.
Like going back to the hyperfocus thing, I also sometimes do that, and my recent hyperfocus has been bike. Remember when
bike?
Yes.
Yep.
Bicycle. Sorry for the non-English speakers.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're into motorbikes now.
Vroom vroom. I'm gonna die.
What if you turn up
full leather
in a full motorbike ass outfit?
No, not the motorbike.
Just the outfit.
No, just Trinity from Matrix Reloaded. Just skin tight leather. No, not even leather. I'm not sure. She wasn't wearing
vegan leather. Probably.
No.
They probably
she was
were.
wearing spandex. No,
it was probably
something
leather.
That is.
There's probably some leather in there.
But yeah, a specific focus on bikes. So my bicycle broke down, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna scour secondhand stores.
Last year. right?
Yeah, but I already have like a replacement bicycle for it. But I also spent a whole time hyper-focusing on, first of all, I looked through secondhand websites. There were a lot of bicycles available, but not something that I liked per se, because I'm also a visual boy. And I stumbled upon a website that is called Valoretti.
Valoretti.
Valoretti.com. Check it out. Beautiful bikes. Yeah, I'm also giving out free sponsorships left and right.
Free sponsorships.
Shout to
you could have gotten a free bike.
Oh my God, it would have been awesome. But the whole thing about their bikes is they are very bare bones. So you have, for example, 300 euros.
I'm already in love.
Yes, very simplistic. They don't have like a baggage.
I love a bike that's
thing.
nothing. I love that it's just a frame.
It's just a frame. It's
no
frame,
wheels.
No wheels.
No
you just
seats.
float.
You just have the frame.
One frame. No, you have a bike. No brakes, only the pedal brake. Yeah. And then you can get extras. So you buy an extra 3 gears instead of 1 gear. And it costs you more, and then you buy a light or you buy an extra brake on it. And eventually, so it starts off with 300, and then you go to 3 gear, it's 400, and then a couple of extras. In the end, I was looking at about around 450 to 500 euros.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but it did not come pre-assembled. So that's a thing for me that was like...
That was extremely unacceptable.
As far as I understood from their videos, like, for example, you bought an extra brake.
You had to assemble the brake?
You had to assemble the whole brake.
But I'm stupid.
Exactly.
Like, what are you...
I'm like, I know a lot about bikes. I've already assembled brakes.
I'm a useless boy. What are you talking about?
But I don't want to do that extra thing for the extra money.
I have a confession to make. I don't even know how brakes work.
It's not that difficult.
There's a thing at the front that you squeeze, and there's a cable, and your bike stops. What?
Yes.
It's water?
It usually is, I think, some kind of a lubricant, but not water. Inside the tube, so it goes...
How does it work? I don't understand it.
It's tension. It's only
What
tension.
do you mean it's tension? That's nothing.
Do you know tension headaches?
Yes. No, honestly, how does it work? Tell me.
There is I think it's aluminum. Don't quote me on that.
Aluminium.
That goes through both supporting brakes, and then
you already lost me. What?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's more of a visual thing. I can explain you on a bike, because if you don't know how it looks to start with, you'll be like,
is it hydraulics? Like,
it's nuclear fusion.
So you squeeze the thing, and then the pressure
releases
the oil?
A liquid.
No, genuinely, is it something? I don't understand it.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why it confuses me so much, but it's one of those things.
Sentence.
I had this as well, like a few years ago when I was thinking about vinyl records, and my brain genuinely was like, "But how did they get the music in there?"
Oh yeah, no, that I still don't know.
I get it, now. Ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Ish.
But I like to keep it a mystery sometimes. This is
beautiful. I have to know. And someone explained it to me very patiently. And then at the end of it, I kind of got it.
Okay.
Kind of.
Off the podcast, I can show you on an actual bike. It'll be way easier than...
How do brakes work?
You push a button.
I get the rest of it. Steering wheel.
Yes.
Gears. I get that. Easy. But then there's that cable.
The cable of mysteries.
I even get the what's it called to get the lights?
The dynamo.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, but brakes, mystery. I mean, I'll show you afterwards, and then you'll be.
Am I stupid? Am I a stupid man?
If you bought a bike from Valoretti, you could have known, because you have to. So the thing is, I have to assemble it for that price. I'm willing to pay that price, but if you have to assemble everything...
But the instructions...
It's a video.
It needs to be so... It needs to be instructions for a toddler.
Of course.
I would need it to be like...
An IKEA
now open
manual.
the box and be careful for your fingers. I would need it to be that level of basic. Because if they're going to be like, assemble the brakes, I'm going to...
do it.
I'm going to jump out of my window.
I think that's why I didn't do it, because the price and the assembly. But so I was like, okay, I might look up like pre-owned Velaretti bikes that are more affordable that people already have assembled. And I've seen a couple of ones that I almost bought, but they were like 50 kilometers away and I couldn't get there by car.
But also then you have to put the bike in the car.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's...
We had to remove the front wheel and I was considering at some point, but by the time I was like, yes, let's do it. The bike has already been sold.
That fucking
because
bastard.
It was 100 euros for a fully assembled bike.
Hello?
I was like, that's a deal.
Oh man, you should have done that.
But the problem is, if I hadn't already bought a bike on secondhand, I already have one now. That is semi-functional, as in like I have to replace the seat.
It has one wheel.
it's
semi-functional.
No, but I need to have a better seat because that one is like for sport bikes, the very hard ones.
Yeah.
So I have to tweak it. So I was like, maybe I should just buy that one and just sell this one. But the period between like me deciding and actually doing it.
Yeah. It's the same with me. I have all these pants lined up to buy, and then by the time I make a decision, they're all going to be gone.
Exactly, yeah.
And the size that I'm looking at, it is a little bit difficult.
You're a special boy.
I'm just long.
A schlong boy.
I'm just the same as you, but just long. Same? Oh. It's just a little bit higher up.
Sorry. Oh, I have to have a drink. No, I have to have a drink.
Oh. Wow.
This is some ASMR for you guys.
Yeah, we're doing good at this audio medium. I hate this.
This podcast is sponsored by
water.
Spa Rain.
No, it's not. But it is sponsored by drinking water.
Drink water.
Drink water. Buy a Stanley Cup.
Buy Levi.
But buy a sensible amount of Stanley Cups.
Wait,
buy like a few of them.
Are you promoting Stanley Cups now?
No, the thing is...
Free sponsorship?
You know how Stanley Cups is like the thing that everyone hates now? Or is obsessed with?
Is it the one, the metal one with the giant handle?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that people are like fighting over for some reason.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Everyone's judging these people, and I have mixed feelings. So here's what I think on the one hand. It's a reusable cup. Yes. If you buy one for every color, shade,
that's stupid.
Outfit,
no.
Defeats, well, that's what I'm getting to. Defeats the purpose, and it's very consumerist. It's like, I will have to buy things, I have to drive up the price, I have to collect, what we talked about earlier. But then that's the other side of it, where I'm like, well, people like collecting things.
Yes.
Are we judging them because it's mostly women that do it? And are we just kind of shitting on them for having an interest and a hobby?
The only thing that I would judge if you are scalping them.
Yes, of course.
If you are a person that is
fighting over it, crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like some people have these collections, and I was right there with everyone where I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. You people are stupid. It's a reusable cup, right?
It is.
Which is true. Sure. Yeah. But guys, you have guys that have a collection of hats on their wall.
Debatable. No, but like every collection is
So it's like
very stupid and personal.
It's a hat. If you have a hat, same thing. It's reusable. It's a hat. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, I'm in a weird
in between. Judgy and acceptance.
Yeah. There's like the one part I don't like about it is the rampant consumerism of it all. All these accessories you can buy.
For the Stanley Cup?
For the Stanley Cup. You can buy
not know that.
You have the Stanley Cup, you can buy a thing that you put on top of it.
A Stanley Cup.
That has like, it's like a plate. You can buy a bag, like a cup holder, and it has like a handle.
Oh my God. Yeah,
You can buy, you can buy like little hangers and stuff, but I'm into that. That's cool. That's the cool kind of accessory.
Small trinkets.
Yeah, trinkets. Yeah. I'm into that. That's fine. But you know what I mean? It's like, why are we using all these resources, all these emissions for... This is a cup, right?
For a thing that's supposed to be fighting all that.
But on the other side, I'm like, I think we're hating on them too hard.
It depends on the person. I think
very conflicted.
I don't have like the strong opinion one or way or the other.
Because it's nice to have a nice cup,
but like,
and it's also kind of cool to collect things sometimes. Yeah. And I can also see why you're like, I want to have a red one for like one of my favorite colors, but I also want to have this one. I get that. So you know what I mean?
I like playing devil's advocate. So in my opinion, it would just go from person to person basis. If that person is a person who's like, I'm going to buy Stanley Cup for every occasion, and then a month later something new comes on and she just throws that.
But she would have just thrown it away. That would be crazy.
Or I don't know, just let.
But I mean, they're good cups. You know, if someone puts them in a second-hand shop, it's great. You can
if they sell it and
you know
just
what I mean?
repurpose
or just give it away.
Yes, but if that person is just collecting it for the sake of the hype.
And for the views.
Exactly. Oh my God, there's a whole...
The views.
The whole thing about a South Park episode with Prime as well.
I hate the views.
The views. Watch the South Park with Prime. It kind of describes the whole hype thing.
I hate views. I don't want to have any views. I want to have 0 listeners and no views. Is that okay? Is that your goal as well?
I'm quitting podcast today. I'm starting my own podcast.
I don't want anyone to listen to this.
One found corner.
But yeah, you know what I mean, right? It's tricky. It's tricky. I find it very tricky. Very tricky.
It's one or the way or the other.
So how do you feel about Stanley Cups and people that collect them?
If you're into collecting and you're going to keep them, keep them. If you're just doing it for the hype sake and you're going to throw them away, burn in hell.
And it's difficult to judge that from what you see on social media of someone posting, right? You don't know if someone that has a collection does it for the hype or does it because they actually really like them.
It kind of depends on the person's vibe, I think. I think people just judge most of the time if a person has a certain vibe to it.
Yeah.
If they're just having fun and not being pretentious, okay.
Maybe it's also that part of it where it's like it's a weird way to say showing off, but you're like really leaning in on the fact that you have Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what's kind of annoying.
I think so. Like for the view content.
But on the other hand, if you're into collecting Stanley Cups, it's cool to see videos of people collecting Stanley Cups. And maybe it's not for us.
Yeah.
Maybe those videos are not for us.
Oh, yeah, definitely not for us.
Yeah.
They're for the views.
Yeah. I don't think people are really talking about Stanley Cups anymore. I think that hype is already kind of fading out.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's just one of those things where I'm like, we collectively hate. And sometimes I have to step back and be like, why though?
I think for me, it's just the vibe of the person in the sense of you can be also chill about it. And you can just be like, oh, I love Stanley Cups. This is a video of a couple of Stanley Cups. And then you have people who are like, okay, what is the trending audio? What are people doing? Let me just line up all my Stanley Cups and just knock them over with a bowling ball.
But that's just me. But there is a part of me that's like, why do you have to have so many things? And I think I really don't like high consumerism. Like buy things.
Buy things.
You know what I mean?
Consume things.
Buy more things.
Speaking
get a bigger
of buying
house.
Things, you should buy rain and drink it.
In a Stanley Cup.
In a Stanley Cup.
I have a problem with that kind of.
Okay, in that way.
Just in terms of
over-consumerism?
Yes. It's just bad for your money. You have to work more to afford more things. You need a bigger house to put all the things in it. It's bad for the planet because you're literally just asking for more things to be made at all times. You know what I mean? So there's also that part. There's also that part where I'm a little bit like, eh.
I understand where you're coming from in that aspect because those are like very gray zones.
Yeah.
And feeling one way or the other is like, yeah, should I feel or not or whatever. But there is one or two trends that I loathe.
I am ready for this.
I'm completely
ready
like
for this
is just the top tier over consumerism and just
discuss,
the
please.
bullshit. The videos, I think you've seen a couple of those. So for example, the fridge restock videos.
That is objectively horrible.
Yes.
And here's why.
There is no way of like justifying it.
You remember how we were talking about over consumerism?
Yeah.
It is massive fridges.
Massive.
It is pouring liquid from one container that already exists into a new one.
I was just going to go into that.
I'm not going to be able to clean.
If you buy like yogurts and you restock them, fine. But like you buy orange juice and you have a plastic orange juice container that resembles like a carton of milk and you pour that
it makes
in
me
there.
Angry because also it's like it's you're showing off a lifestyle of waste and wealth.
Rich and famous.
Yes, and it's I don't like it. Why do we glorify rich people or rich people things? Who has time to restock a giant fridge?
Because it is ASMR type of thing.
It is, like, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I look at it and I hate it, but it also is satisfying in a way.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah. I mean, visually.
Yeah, visually.
It looks nice.
Exactly, but not.
But then it's like buy these things.
Yeah.
And it's like
buy extra plastic
most
things.
People are like,
I
just came home from like work 8-hour shift or like a 10-hour shift.
Let me restock my fridge.
You know, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. Also, my fridge is tiny. My freezer is tiny. because I have a normal sized home.
Oh, petite freezer.
It's petite. You know what I mean? So I do fully agree that is, for me, also objectively.
It triggers me so much. Grinds my gears like crazy. But like, again, playing the devil's advocate, if you consume it all, and if you have a big family and that's your kink, for example, that is excusable. But
wait a minute.
I said what I said.
Wait a minute. But kink?
Yes.
Restocking fridge kink?
Rule 34.
Restocking a fridge?
If it exists, there has been some kind of a sexualization.
I am unhappy. I'm unhappy with
the
this.
other trend is, I don't know if it's still a thing. I think they have been bullied off platform, I hope. But cooking videos, especially with grotesque amounts of ingredients. Like, for example, making a chocolate milk and then pouring like 10, 15 liters of milk into a small cup. Just like
wait, I've never seen this.
Thank God. Stay away from them. Don't promote them. Report them if they see them.
Wait, so they're making a normal meal, but they're using excessive ingredients to just waste food?
Yes, yeah. So,
excuse me?
I'm trying to think of I don't think, like, the personality of Nikado Avocado, you know that person?
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously fake and just like...
What do you mean?
Just being overly hyped.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like,
he's
using that...
normal.
Yeah, it's insane. So they're using that type of personality, high-pitched, very energetic, and they're like, making chocolate milk, and then they put like a small cup and then just like have a very big amount of milk. They just slush it, spill 99% of it, and
why?
Views.
Who is this for?
I think they pry on little kids that find slapstick comedy funny.
Slapstick comedy boys. Yeah,
but like chocolate powder milk and just like spill a grotesque amount.
No.
And I haven't seen those in a while, but that was one of my...
I haven't seen those ever.
Top tier... praise yourself, lucky. Top tier
Similar
objective.
To that,
fuck you, don't do that. Why are you doing this? Why are you promoting this?
Similar to that, being annoying is also those videos, also on TikTok, also again something that's done now, I hope.
This is turning into a rant podcast now.
People, listen, I have thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings?
Of people making food that is god-awful. Like...
What do you mean?
Just weird shit. Like, I saw a YouTube video the other day of a creator. I forgot her name. She's very funny, though. I'll have to mention next time if I remember.
Meanwhile, I'm
She's
just
great.
free sponsoring brands.
And I don't remember anything.
And you need to endorse one.
But it was this person who made a shape out of what's it called? Like like meat. Like a face out of like ground meat, like a smiley face.
Oh,
and then she puts that in a pan.
Okay.
I'm just going to describe to you what it's like because it's infuriating.
Describe a
she
video,
puts a face made out of ground meat in a pan. She puts like an egg in one eye, like an an egg in the other one. The smiley face, and then she says, "We're going to make mashed potatoes out of potato chips." So we're going to take potato chips, put it around the head. We're going to add dairy. We're going to add the milk back. It's like, what are you doing?
I've seen those videos.
And then it's like, it looks, they do all that shit, which makes no sense.
Yep.
And then at the end, they have a horrific looking meal. And they're like, wow, that looks amazing. Yep. And then they eat it and they're like, yum, it's so good. And it's like, shut the fuck up. There's no way that this is good. It's not even cooked.
You know what it's called?
And it's rage bait, right?
Rage bait.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That also pisses me off. It's good for content because, like I said, yesterday I was watching someone on YouTube watching them and commenting on it, and I was like, "That's fucking hilarious." Yeah. But
rage bait.
This is again. It's the thing is, it's the views. Fucking views.
It's the views. View fueled rage bait, and I'm lucky that I am at this point where I can recognize it. But the first time it came on any social platform, I was like, what is this? I was
genuinely confused.
Yes, confused. And I'm like, is this going somewhere? And then you watch the whole video and you're like, what was the point? And then afterwards you're like, I know what they're doing.
That reminds me of, I think on Instagram, his name is Itzyun, the guy who watches videos.
The guy who's like half
in
asleep.
bed.
Yeah.
And then
he's a hero.
He just says this is what happened at the end, and you save like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes sometimes.
It's like the anti-cringe hedgehog.
He does the opposite. He does the opposite of the rage bait videos.
Yes, I don't watch him particularly, but sometimes he comes on.
It's very good,
and he saves me from that rage bait.
Yeah, it's really good. It's good shit.
Very good.
That's my endorsement of the day.
Good shit.
That guy. No, that guy. It's Yoon, I think.
It's Yoon?
Yeah.
Check out It's Yoon on Instagram. He is half asleep and saving us time. Also, if you happen to see the anti-cringe hedgehog, say hello from me. Do you know that? Anti-cringe hedgehog?
I am deeply confused by the words that just came out of your mouth.
Okay, so basically it's Yoon, but it's a small video of a hedgehog like running towards the camera.
Aww.
And then just chewing on something, but they just loop it as if he's talking. He's like, "Oh, I saved you from cringe," and like just a weird accent. And
like
it usually
hedgehogs.
goes like a couple of seconds of a video that is obviously going to be cringe, and then just cuts off, and then the hedgehog comes like, "I saved you from this," and
that's cool.
And it's one of the better ones as well.
Yeah,
the 4 heroes.
Yeah. The opposite of the horsemen of the apocalypse. It's like the heroes of the fucking TikTok age.
The rage bait.
Something. The 4 knights of the rage bait.
Takeaways from this episode is...
Look into shrink to fit Levi's jeans.
Yes. Buy Villeretti bikes.
Secondhand. And when you're judging people on the internet for liking something, take a step back.
Be your own devil's advocate.
Yeah, just take a step back and be like, why is this bothering me?
Yes. Live your life. Stop judging people.
And buy a Stanley Cup if you want one. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck it.
Do it.
Right.
Buy Stanley Cups.
Buy Stanley Cups. We're not sponsored by...
Cups.
We're not
sponsor us, please.
We're not sponsored by
We're
Stanley
going
Cups.
to put rain into it.
Thank you for recording with me today.
I thank you too.